Hey guys, so Goomba put out a video and I almost felt sorry for him because he was so pitiful, so sorrowful, so apologetic. But I gotta bear in mind that he created half this mess. He was lying and scheming along with Jaguar when he was good with her, allegedly. I remember when she was in the mental institution about a month or two ago, and he was out there asking for money to bail her out of jail. When she was not in jail, she was in a mental institution. So people were sending in money believing that she was in jail to bail her out. Now, this is all allegedly. All those conniving ways that he got, now it's caught up with him because he's asking people for help. And he could not bring himself to say, can you help me monetarily? Now, he had lied that Jaguar was in jail when she was in that institution to get some money out of people, allegedly. So he just said, help me. I just need your help me. And he came short of asking for money. But let me tell you something. Karma does come around. What you put out there in the universe comes right back at you. Call it God, call it karma, call it whatever you want to call it, but it comes back. Because he spelled out all the wrongdoings he have done. None of these people's homes he can go back to. Allegedly. He's even sorry for not raising the twins. Because, let's face it, people adopt children. The twins are not biologically his children, but he could have adopted them. And he would have had two wonderful children today, raising with Barbara. Now, I believe Barbara, when she put out a statement that she didn't want a relationship with him. She just loved him as a friend. She loved her old friend. She wanted to help him out. That's why she had him there. But after she found out that he revealed that secret about her and her father or stepfather, allegedly, according to Kingpin, she decided to just let him go, cut him loose. So now he is just flapping his little wings in the air, don't know where to go. Said he can't go to his mama's house, his brother, sister, even friends. Can't go to the barbershop no more because those people are done with him. Allegedly. So the only thing he can do, he said he has an apartment with his name on it, can't even go there. And I'm thinking to myself, what kind of apartment does he have? I thought Jaguar's mother have a house. But apparently she got an apartment. Because that's the only place I can think of. So now he's got to reach out for the VA for housing. And he's going to get housing. There's no doubt in my mind. Because he can get emergency housing through the VA. And he can be in housing sooner than later. So these are the things that he spelled out that he's sorry for. So he said he felt betrayed by Jaguar. And this is the person he chose to spend the rest of his life with and to love. And he said, he did some pillow talking. Guys, when you're laying in that bed after you do, and all kinds of stuff come out your mouth, that was coming back to haunt him. He said he talked about his family, his past relationships with Barbara, for instance, just for him to feel good and look like, the tough guy, I guess. So he says now he's paying for it. All the things that he's done in the past. He also says he have an apartment in his name. He can't even go there. So he's remorseful now because he don't have any place to go. He's burned his bridges with everybody. And Jaguar made sure he burns his bridges with some of his friends. So he says it really hurts because he put his trust in Jaguar. He told her so many secrets. And, he didn't think, I guess, she was going to reveal it. But guess what? All is fair in love and war. When you're warm with someone, things come out. And sometimes they add more to it to make it even worse. So in spite of it all, he's thanking God just for mercy, for him living and breathing and still working through the process, working through whatever it is he's going through. But listen, you know what I always say, as long as you got a breath of life in you and you can live another day, you can make it better. So he said he apologized to his mom, his dad, his brother, and sister, because I think he's got one brother, one sister. And that's where it starts. It starts with those apologies to your loved ones. If you feel as though you've wronged them, then you've got to make amends and start, little baby steps until you get back to where you need to be with them. He apologizes to Barbara and he called the name Nikki. I don't know if that was his little pet name for her or somebody else, but he said Nikki also. But not only to Barbara he apologized to the kids, the twin kids that she had, because he said that he helped raise them when they were little and he could have been there in his life. So, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you can't see the bigger picture. Sometimes it's not you and that spouse, but it's also about the kids, how much you love the kids. Sometimes people stay for the kids if it's bearable. If it's not bearable, you just got to separate. So to me, he really sounds remorseful, as if he wished that he was not absent in these kids' life. And he said going forward, pretty much that he's going to be a part of their life. Because I think he saw them recently and reconnected. And so that's good. That's a good start, I feel. He also said it was very draining when, him and Jaguar, the relationship they had, him trying to help her and heal her, and, she was very draining. His energy level was down because she was draining. And a lot of times it's like that. When you're trying to help people who are ill, a lot of times if you're not careful, they drain your energy because there's so much you can take and do. And then it gets to the point where your health is actually at risk because of how much they're taking from you. I had that conversation with one of my subscribers recently, and she said she has a family member, and the family member, I think it's a cousin or something, but she said this person was so draining that it took a lot out of the family. Everybody's health was at risk because no matter what they do, this person was lashing out, cussing and fighting, acting exactly how Jaguar was acting. And with a person like that, there's so much you can do. And then you just got to put them in some type of mental facility where the staff is adequately trained to deal with them. So he also said he went back to the apartment to get his things and put them in storage. And then he got a call that Jaguar, we remember that conversation where she said, "Welcome home." And he said, "No, it's not a welcome home. I just came to get my stuff, put it in storage." And so he sounds so, pensive. Like if he's thinking about everything that has gone on within the past 4 years and where does he go from here? That's pretty much what it sounds like to me. Where do I go from here? So he said because of the experience that he went through, he created this King Council channel that is going to help a lot of men in his situation. Because let's face it, a lot of guys suffer in silence. That's a fact. Women, the women open their mouths and they tell their girlfriends and go tell it on the mountaintop for everybody to know what's going on. But men tend to keep it internal. They internalize everything. They don't speak their mind and their truth and their heart and what they're really feeling and thinking. And they suffer in silence. So it's good that I think he's forming this platform for a lot of guys who want to speak out. They'll have a place to go, a safe place, because you don't have to show your face, I would think. They can use an emoji instead of showing your face, but at least they'll have some of those issues out in the open where they can discuss it with other men. I think it's a good idea. I think there are a couple of other platforms like that already, but you can never have too much. And every platform brings something different to the table. They're not all the same. So for him to have this platform, it's a good idea. He also thanked his veteran brothers for reaching out and just giving him some positive vibes, because sometimes that's all you need. You need somebody to just pull your your shirt tail and say, you know what, you're gonna be all right. You're on the road to recovery. Just stay strong. If you need somebody to just listen to you, you got my number, or we gonna be praying for you. Sometimes that's all you need is prayer. When you can't do any more, you turn to prayer. God got you. If nobody else got you, God got you. So Gerald said he did, and he still loves Jaguar. And we know that. I mean, by all the things that he went through, him being on the road with her, him putting up with all the shenanigans, that, for you to put up with all that, you gotta love the person. Let's face it. But it just gets too much. When the bad starts to outweigh the good, then you have to make a choice. And sometimes the choice is to separate from that person. And guys, sometimes you go through the trials and the tribulations and you don't know why. And you say, God, why me? Why? Sometimes it's for you to go through those trials and tribulations to help others. So you can have a testimony. So you can stand in your truth and you can pass on that knowledge, that strength, that support. And without you going through what you went through, you won't be able to help the next person who's going through the same thing, because then you can see through their lens. All of a sudden, everything becomes clearer and everything makes sense. And what you're partaking to that individual, the knowledge of what you went through, what you experienced, then they benefit from that because you're coming from a place of truth, a place of experience. So now Gerald is going to go to the VA, apply for housing. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to get housing. How long the wait, I don't know. But I think if he applied for emergency housing because he's got a PTSD, he's going to get through quicker. But what he's truly remorseful about is how he separated himself from his family and friends all these years and didn't realize that he was really putting a wrench in the relationships that he had with those people. Just because of Jaguar. Because she wanted him to stay away from his family and friends. And so now he's coming to terms with that. Now, whether or not they're going to forgive him, it's a different question. I have no idea. So we got to be merciful, right? We're all human beings and we all slip up, we make mistakes. So we got to pray for Jaguar as well for Gerald, because they are brother and our sister. And so, once a person asks for forgiveness, you got to forgive them. You got to allow them to move forward, allow them to move on and live their best life. So all this here that's going on between Jaguar and Gerald, Jaguar is in an institution right now, and when she's ready to get herself together, I'm sure she's going to have a lot of support. Gerald is ready to get himself together, and I'm sure his friends, as well as some family members, are going to help him to move forward. You got to learn how to forgive people. So guys, Goomba was really pouring his heart out, and he was really expressing his thoughts, his sentiments, where he is, where he wants to go, and some things he have lined up in the future. And so I wish him all the best in whatever it is that he is going to be doing. At least now he is on the internet and he knows his way around the internet because he had a good working practice, I should say, with Jaguar. So he knows what it's all about. He's made some connections. People can guide him and, mentor him through the process. But I think he has a channel already, if I'm not mistaken. So he doesn't need a whole lot of mentoring. Because if he has a channel and it's up and running already, then he's on his way, right? So guys, drop your comments. I'm over and out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.